Hi everyone, welcome back to the Scrap Zone. I'm Julie and welcome back to my 52 weeks project. We are going to work on week 45. And as always, I've gone ahead and I've done a few preparation here. We're working with these 4 new sketches that I've created for the month of November. And I'm going to do this one right here. Now this is going to be a double page spread inside my book. So I'm going to change it up. I'm going to use this really nice pattern paper that I created, and I'm going to use this photo, which is in a portrait orientation, not a landscape. Now I guess I could have used this layout right here at the top, but because I know that this is going in the center of my book, I decided to use this sketch. So I am going to change it. So these are interchangeable, definitely. So I'm going to pop my photo right here on the side, and I'm going to bring in a few tags. Now, tags are really great for these layouts because they're not too big and it's an instant embellishment on your page. As you can see right here, I'm just going to tuck them underneath the photo. So when it came to my journaling, now I really like to use these thin cuts right here, but for this one here I thought, let's bring this die cut and let's use it to do the journaling spot. Because here in Canada, the maple leaf is a signature piece, so I thought it would lend itself really well to this layout and to this week. So this week, like a lot of you, we are remembering our veterans, so I thought that it would be a really good photo to highlight. And I am still using these textured leaves. I stamp a whole bunch, different colors, as you can see here, and this is going to work out perfectly for me for this layout. I always like to use the same color of ink when I'm distressing the edges of my cardstock. I just like to kind of hide the white core, and I find that it kind of unifies the page really nicely. So I've gone ahead here and I've used mink ink on all of the cut pieces, and we're going to start putting this page together right here. Now, this here, I kind of wanted to hollow it out because I do like that pattern, but I thought, oh, it's okay, I'll move on. I can always recreate another one, right? So I'm going to cut down this centerpiece right here just so that I can see a little bit more of that detail. And this is still going to fit right here. So I'm going to just glue that right into the center. And you see here that I'm checking out the color because the Close to My Heart cardstock are double-sided. You always have the true color and then a lighter shade. For this layout right here, I'm using the lightest shade of mink, and I think that it looks really good. So I'm going to pop my little journaling leaf right here on the side. And I really like the way that that turned out. It's just a nice little touch. It's not overwhelming because definitely the photo is the star right here. So I'm going to add my little tags, and just like I did last week, I'm going to dress them up with a little bit of ribbon and hemp. So I'm just passing 2 pieces of ribbon at the top, and then I just tie a knot nice and secure, and then I just kind of trim off the little tails of the hemp. And it just really dresses up the tag. Again, everything is pretty neutral this month. I guess those are the colors that I picked for the month of November. But that photo with the red really stands out. So I'm going to try and add my little leaves here. And you'll see that I'm going to audition this little guy. It's like, where am I going to stick this one? Sometimes I just can't make up my mind, so I kind of use a few options or try different option, but I ended up thinking that it looked good right here at the top. So we're just going to glue those down, just like so. And I'm going to add my 45th week. But before I do that, I want to address my title. So I dug back into my months of the year stamps because I knew that the title was kind of big and to the side, but since I've moved stuff around, I thought maybe I can use this one right here. I'm not a fan of that flower for my photo, I guess I could have colored it in red. It could have looked like a poppy, but I wasn't really a fan of it. So I really tried to make this work. So I did stamp it in Harbor ink, and it may work for your layout, but for me, I don't know. I trimmed off the flower. I was trying to hide it with another leaf, and then I just found that everything was starting to look busy, and I was really trying to force this. And you know, now that I'm looking at it as I'm editing this video, it didn't look that bad, but I wasn't 100% happy with it. So if it works for your photos and your layout for this week, I would say go for it. But don't forget to look back, because there's a lot of images and a lot of titles on these months of the year stamp set. So I went for a coffee, came back, looked into my stash, and I found this one right here. So this was part of my stash. I think I got it in 2015. It was a stamp of the month, because we all know we need to get those, but sometimes we just don't use them. So I'm going to pull this up, and I am going to use, I'm going to cut it up. I'm going to do a little bit of surgery here. I'm going to cut out the word something, and I'm just going to keep always remember, because I thought that that was really appropriate for this layout. And I like the really vintage look of the font, and it really looks nice against that photo of the Peace Tower right here in Ottawa. This is where I'm from. So every year they do this cascading effect of poppies that come down from the Peace Tower, and it is absolutely stunning. So I thought that I would use that as my photo, and it's always nice to remember our veterans. Obviously, they have been such an important part of our lives, so I thought that I would showcase them this week. And I really like the picture, and I really like the title. So I'm going to glue down my little tiles right here. So week 45. And I'm really hoping that you guys are still with me, because I know that this is a very, it's a big dedication to do this project. Scrapbooking every week, or maybe you guys can kind of put it all in 1 month, but I do them every week, and I try to keep up. So I'm kind of catching up a little bit here, but I do like the way that this turned out, and I'm going to put in the description down below the name of the person who took this photo. I didn't take that photo, but I thought it was perfect for this week. As always, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and don't forget to take pictures.